What's up guys, and welcome to a Let's Compare with me, Kieran from K-Game. So with Batman recently becoming mega popular due to the Batman films, I guess, you might be looking for a Batman game to play, and there's two really on the market for you. There's the Batman Arkham City games, and there is the Lego Batman franchise. So without further ado, I'm going to compare the two, and let's go straight into it, starting with Batman Arkham series. We're going to start off with the story here. The story is kinda doesn't really matter which game you get. If you get Arkham City, you're not going to miss out too much from Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Asylum will be explained within the story for you briefly. If you are quite serious about getting something there, I'd recommend getting Arkham Asylum first, just so you can get used to the gameplay and you can learn the story from that, because Arkham Asylum is a fantastic game and so is Arkham City. The Arkham City has a much deeper story because it's much bigger and a longer game than Arkham Asylum was. So it's up to you which ones you want to get. If you've got the money to get both, then get both. If you haven't, then I'd probably say get Arkham City over Arkham Asylum. In terms of multiplayer then, so Arkham City hasn't got any multiplayer, I'm afraid. If you count online scoreboards as multiplayer, then yeah, I guess this has got on, but other than that, it's not got anything, which is a real shame, because when they were originally talking about this game, they were on about making the Catwoman gameplay as co-op, as potential co-op for the whole game, which would have been incredible, because this is a fun game on your own, but it would have been so cool if we could play it with somebody else and do co-op. So sadly that's not the case, and we haven't got any co-op with this game. Moving on to gameplay. Gameplay is incredible. You really do, you feel like Batman all the time, just in terms of the gadgets that you'll use. You know, gadgets are incredible. You've got lots of just combat moves and everything. There's so much stuff for you to do to make you feel like Batman. Solving riddles, solving some of the Riddler's riddles are always good for making you feel more intelligent. It's so good for making you feel like Batman, which is what, to me, this game is all about. It's making the player feel like they are the Dark Knight and feeling like they can save Gotham, and, well, Arkham in this case, and eventually Gotham. It's so good at doing that and making you think you are Batman. Plus the combat moves look painful like that. Just like that. So in terms of DLC, we've got, as you can see here, you've got 4 characters. Let's start with Batman's DLC. You've got costumes, as I'm showing you here. There's lots of different costumes. Some of them you'll recognise, some of them you might not, but there's loads of costumes for you to get for Batman. And then you've got Catwoman, Robin, and Nightwing. Each character comes with their own couple of costumes and 1 or 2 maps, I think, except Catwoman, because she's got a lot of campaign stuff. The characters are great, and I'm going to talk a bit more about them in a minute. But like I said, each one comes with their own maps. So what we've got here is some of the Riddler challenge map gameplay, which is, it's kind of just, it's split into 2 things. It's split into Predator mode and combat. This is combat mode. Predator mode is when you have to take out each of the enemies in the room in a certain way. Each character, so let's go back to characters. Each character handles differently, which I was really surprised about. Catwoman doesn't have any gadgets. Well, she has 2 gadgets, so her combat isn't. Her combat is where her prowess shows. She's very fast, which is why I like her. Nightwing is great. Nightwing is incredibly quick and has got a lot of gadgets behind him. Batman can do everything. He's got all of the gadgets and stuff, but he is a bit slower. And Robin is faster than Batman and hasn't got as many gadgets. There's also the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC, which adds about 2 hours extra onto your gameplay, which is really good. It's really good gameplay just to add more onto the game when you thought you hadn't got any more. It's to see the impacts of what has happened in Arkham City as well, which I won't spoil for you. Finally, we'll talk about achievements. The achievements linked to this game, they're really simple. They're mostly due to story and to the Riddler challenge thing. Yeah, if you're a big achievement hunter, you'll probably get them in no time at all, but for someone like me who doesn't really care too much about their achievements and doesn't go out the way to get them, you know, you'll get a lot really quickly in this. It's an easy game to get lots of achievements for. So then, without further ado, now that I've finished kicking ass as Nightwing, let's move on to Lego Batman. So, Lego Batman is just so much fun for mucking around in. It's a great game. Let's start off in terms of story. There isn't really that much story. I'll say that now. You've got 3 chapters. You've got Batman stopping the Riddler, Batman stopping the Penguin, Batman stopping the Joker. After you've completed each one of those, you can then do it from the villain's perspective, which is really fun to do, and it's a really good idea to throw into the game. There's about 5 levels in each, and each map will take you about 45 minutes if you explore everything you can. So the story, there's not much story, but there is a lot of exploration to do with the game. In terms of multiplayer, as you can see up there, it says Insert Controller, and it's a good game for multiplayer. This does have some it's always co-op stuff, unfortunately, but it's really good because you can just it's so much fun with 2 people. You can just have fun, you can mess around, you can attack each other, you know, it's builds your teamwork up, and it's so much fun to play with somebody else on this game because it is so simple and it's not as serious as, say, Batman Arkham Asylum. I think in terms of gameplay, though, it's a bit of a disappointment, I will say. If you've played a Lego game before, then you've played this. I mean, out of all the Lego games, Batman's my favourite, like, sort of category that they've got available to you, so that's why I've got this. If I had this and I had Lego Star Wars, there wouldn't be that much of a gameplay difference other than the fact that it's Star Wars characters and Star Wars setting, and this is Batman setting. The gameplay is really simple because I think the reason for that is, at the end of the day, it is a child's game, so you can't really help that. There's lots of puzzles and stuff to keep you going and to keep you challenged, and there's fun little boss fights and stuff to do, which is always fun again. So that's really great. I think I don't really know how to do. It's just plain. The gameplay is just plain, but it's weird because it's a good kind of plain. It's just fun to do. If you're not looking for something serious to do and you're looking to have a little bit of a mess around in a game, then this is probably going to be... That's how I describe the gameplay. It's the same as with Rayman Origins, if you've ever played that. DLC, there isn't any. Let's just get that out of the way quickly. There is no DLC for Lego Batman, so if you're going to get Lego Batman, all you're going to get with it is just the game itself, and you won't be spending money for DLC, which is both a good thing and a bad thing because it doesn't really add anything more to the game, but it's a good thing because you're not paying for money. In terms of achievements, again, this is a wonderfully simple game to just get lots of achievements in. Most of them are tied to story, but there is a few odd comic book geek ones that will make a lot of fans of the Batman series kind of go, nah, that's awesome. I'll give you an example of one. One of the achievements is if you've got Bane and Batman available, you pick Bane and then you break Batman's back, or you destroy Batman, which, if everybody all know from the comic books that Bane is famous for breaking Batman's back, it's just it's fun little achievements like that that really make it. But again, like I said, not a serious game, not hard to get all the achievements in if you really want to, if you're that kind of person who'll go around and get them. There are 2 Lego Batman games now. There is this one and there is Lego Batman 2, which is DC Universe, I think it's called, or something like that, DC Superheroes. That one is much more broad in terms of characters because it will feature a lot of DC characters. Like, it will have Superman, Cyborg, can't remember who else is in it off the top of my head. Green Lantern might be in it, and stuff like that. So I think if you're looking for much more of a pure Batman game, like you're specifically looking for just Batman, then you'd probably be better off going for this one because it's not got any of them characters in it. It's just these guys, which is good for me, I think, because if I wanted to play as them, I would buy Mortal Kombat vs DZ or something like that, which is a video for another time. It's just seeing Killer Moth and Nightwing run around. It's stuff like that which makes it fun. So the results, I'm going to say, if you want a serious game, go for Arkham City. If you want a casual game, go with this one, but probably go with the Arkham games overall if you're like, if you can't choose between the two. That's been a Let's Compare. This is over now. That's it. Go for Arkham City. Go out and buy it now and be Batman, and I'll see you next time.